Hello, and welcome to Glow, Gina's Lifestyle of Wellness. I'm Gina Santangelo, and as always, I promise to keep it short and sweet so we can connect, learn, and reach higher together. I hope you had a wonderful week and you are ready for the information I have for you today. Let's begin with a short meditation to set our intentions, become completely present, and receive this information I am bringing to you. Take a deep cleansing breath. Fill your lungs and know the air is traveling to all points in your body. Hold briefly. Exhale. Let today's worries, to-dos, annoyances, and even triumphs drift away. Give yourself this moment. Envision a single light that shines warmly from your head to toes. Feel its safety, its guidance, its love. This time is yours for growth, new perspectives, for new possibilities. Be open, be love. Today we are talking about one of my favorite subjects, the pelvic floor. It's such a passionate topic for me and something I incorporate into all my teachings. I first learned about the pelvic floor back in the 80s when I discovered Calinetics. Then in the 90s when I certified in Calinetics exercise program, I really learned of its magic. Since then, I've extensively researched and focused on this topic. If you have ever worked with me, you will know about the pelvic floor. It is a deeply important focus for all of us. If you have ever laughed and leaked, listen up. If you have ever sneezed and dribbled, listen up. If you have ever jumped and dribbled, listen up. And if you're comfy, dry, and happy that way, listen up. My point? Every single one of us needs to get intimate with our pelvic floor. Consider the name alone. Pelvic floor, floor implying foundation, is not a random word. Okay, let's get specific. The pelvic floor is a muscle group at the base of the pelvis, our root chakra, our grounding place. It's located here along with the sacral chakra, which is connected to the reproductive organs just above. And of course, chakra is a Sanskrit word and ideology that translates to spinning wheel of energy. Chakra defines exact energy locations, those of the mind, spirit, and body that determine our well-being. The pelvic floor muscles sweep from the pubic bone to the tailbone and side to side like a wide hammock. They contribute to the spine support in addition to supporting inner organs like the bladder, bowel, vagina, and uterus. By the way, men have one too, but we're talking about ladies right now, right? They help maintain, control, coordinate how we trigger movements and balance, and contribute to sexual function and sensation. Quick biology lesson. The pelvic floor has a layer of thick muscles called the perineum. It also has a pelvic diaphragm, a big muscle sitting above the perineum. The ability to locate, isolate, and intimately control these muscles keeps them healthy and strong. And this is where you come in. When you can strengthen and stabilize the pelvic floor, you will create a strong foundation for every movement throughout the body. That is what core work is all about. A strong pelvic floor is a godsend. A weak pelvic floor is a disaster. Some symptoms of a weak pelvic floor are pelvic pain, bladder leaks when laughing, sneezing, coughing, lower back, hip, and groin pain, constant need to urinate, discomfort during sex or use of tampon, heaviness or dragging feeling of the lower private area, varicosities, and poor body alignment. Yeah, poor body alignment. Isn't that unbelievable? And those at the highest risk for a weak pelvic floor, are pregnant women, perimenopausal and postmenopausal women, which probably, it's most women over the age of 30, women who have had gynecological surgery, and elite athletes. There are also issues with a tight pelvic floor, which comes with its own set of problems, such as constipation, spine rigidity, leg stiffness, knee and foot alignment issues, discomfort during sex, and the use of tampons. Everyone can improve pelvic floor health. When you target your pelvic floor, you fire up the deep abdominal muscles, so you're working so deeply. The muscles around the hips and derriere wrap up and in. You're going to say goodbye to all those saddlebags and spine gains, strength and stature. Not only that, I have clients that tell me they feel a huge difference, not only through better support, but from an intimate perspective as well. They and their partners can feel the difference. And here's the best part. You can participate in pelvic floor exercises wherever and whenever you want, and no one will ever notice. Just 5 minutes a day, ladies. So ready for a quick lesson? If you do this every day, you will have a healthier pelvic floor. And in some cases, you can do this very gently while participating in an exercise. So number 1, find your pelvic floor muscle. So you just basically, if you're sitting, just take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, draw the pelvic bowl muscles in and up, as if you are trying not to urinate. Picture your belly button flattening all the way to your spine. Now feel the gentle curve of your lower back. You want to do this gently, so no forcing and stiffening, right? And voila. You have just located and used some of your pelvic floor muscles. So number 2, here's another exercise called the elevator. Draw your pelvic floor muscles in and up softly. Think about an elevator in a building. Now, as you ride up the elevator, draw your muscles up just a little higher, but again, gently. Make sure you are breathing. Now, you will go down the elevator. Gradually release the muscles slowly until you reach the lobby. But you don't want to just let it all go, just drop. Slowly, as you bring it up gently to different levels, right? And then as you lower it down, release a little, go to the next level, drop down, and then finally you go to the lobby. The intensity of your lift up is no greater than a steady pull of a tissue from a tissue box. This is a gentle, controlled, steady muscle use. As you create this motion, think wide at the top of a bowl of muscles. Less is more. We do not want to draw up tight, okay? Just gently. So number 3, if you have a workout ball, you can continue the work of your pelvic floor. Although obviously this no longer fits into the category of wherever and whenever, right? And no one will notice. So you have to do this somewhere on a ball, right? So sit on a ball with the knees and feet hip-width distance apart. You can rest your elbows on your knees and relax in the beginning. And then as you get better at this, you can sit straight up. But right now we'll focus on the beginner version of it, right? So imagine that you are sitting somewhere public, like on a toilet, and you're not actually, you're hovering more, right? And you're trying not to urinate or pass gas, right? Concentrate on all the gentle tightening. Remember, gentle is key here. Breathe, tighten, hold. I don't like to use the word tighten, but you understand. Engage. I rather use the word engage than tighten. So breathe, engage, hold, release, right? Repeat 5 times. Don't get so gung-ho that you tighten your pelvic floor all day long. That's really a big mistake. You must release releasing the pelvic floor is key too, right? We talked about all those signs of a tight pelvic floor, right? So we want to make sure that we're engaging, but then we're fully releasing and we're allowing it to rest. And resting meaning that it's still active, but it's not being consciously engaged, because that can really lead to a lot of issues. So a pelvic floor that's too tight leads to lots of problems. So stay gentle and soft. Another thing that almost all workouts affect the pelvic floor in one way or another, and depending on your current strength, some may put an unhealthy strain on your pelvic floor. Okay, so we want to think about that. So exercises like running, high-impact sports, sit-ups and crunches, and heavy-weighted lunges, squats, and leg presses can sometimes be much too much for a weaker pelvic floor. Okay, so you want to really watch that. If you feel your pelvic floor is very weak, cut back a little bit on the intensity of your workout, choose exercise programs that are going to maybe help strengthen the pelvic floor. One of my top favorites would be a bar exercise routine, but not something that's overly engaging the pelvic floor, overly tightening. There are some out there that will say, work until you shake, the muscles shake. We don't want that. We want to keep things relaxed. Sometimes a basic ballet style beginner workout would be fantastic. Those pliés are like the elevator that we talked about. So, doing a gentle plié as you come back up, lift the pelvic floor with it. As you drop down gently, release, bring it back up. One of my all-time favorites. Exercising and doing that is phenomenal for the pelvic floor. Okay? And make sure you are hydrated, because dehydration can cause negative issues with the pelvic floor muscles. And one more thing, every single one of us can benefit from the movement that is the pelvic floor, safe and friendly. So talk to your workout instructor. If he or she is not familiar with the pelvic floor strengthening and or safety, please find another instructor who is. Seriously, this is your health. If they poo-poo it, or if they say, oh, yeah, we're strengthening it. It's strengthening. Every time we lift something, we're strengthening it. Not so much. Yes, we are strengthening the body, but at the same time, if you've got an issue, you really have to hone in on that one area, strengthen, and choose things that are going to help strengthen it and not make it worse. Okay? So you can always, please feel free to email me anytime, and I can talk to you about it. Gina at ginasantangelo.com. I do not ever have a problem with helping in any way. I could even sometimes help you find an instructor or a class in the area that you live in, wherever you are, within reason, obviously. I can help you with that, of course. If you're unsure about a class you are in, you can always decrease the impact, okay? It's always better to do low impact because it tends to be more pelvic floor friendly. So one thing that I think is also phenomenal for the pelvic floor, along with like a very basic ballet bar type workout, but again, it has to be super basic. We're not talking about, making sure we're burning, or it's not this booty burning classes. We're talking about something that's really efficiently working the pelvic floor. But again, another one would be gentle rebounding. I just love rebounding, and it's also very pelvic floor friendly. However, I will tell you this. If you're jumping in, you have a weak pelvic floor, you will leak. But my advice is to work through that. So, maybe put a pad on and begin to work through it. If you're home, jump, you'll get a little leakage, deal with it. You will notice eventually as it starts to strengthen. Of course, we all know diet is extremely important, okay? So we don't want to be eating and drinking foods and having beverages that are going to cause muscle weakness, right? Too much alcohol, not so great for the muscles, right, of the body, too much. I'm talking excessive, right? Also, if our diet is very acidic, then we're kind of eating into our estrogen balance. And lower estrogen causes all kinds of pelvic floor issues. It's no coincidence, right, that women, as we age, we start to lose bladder control. Well, that's all part of the estrogen loss. So we want to kind of choose exercise programs that are going to help strengthen the pelvic floor, keep estrogen in our bones, doing the right things with eating and keeping our diets clean as best as possible, and kind of making the whole overall picture so important, okay? So if you notice that you are finding the, kind of like that leakage, That's your pelvic floor talking to you. It's saying, I need assistance. Strengthen me. So listen up, okay? That's a wrap for today. I hope this leaves you with new considerations. I'd love to hear from you all and know what you're thinking. Please comment below or send me an email. My hope is that something I said to you today resonates and has served you. My goal is to help as many women as I can love the body they are in and live the life they love. So thank you so much for being here with me. Come see me at GinaSantangelo.com and grab my complimentary e-booklet, Turning Back the Clock, 7 Secrets to Looking and Feeling 10 Years Younger. Also, I have a great forum on Facebook called Glow. I will post the link below. Feel free to request to join the group. There you will become a part of the Glow community, learn great lifestyle choices, and help you love the body you are in and live the life you love. My heart focus. Until next time, be love.